My name is Shayan Shujahani, and today I'm going to inform you on the importance of greenhouse gases. What are greenhouse gases? We have long wave and short wave. Our short wave is the reflection of the solar energy that gets released from the sun to our atmosphere. Part of it stays in our atmosphere, the rest gets released back into space. The remaining that stays in the atmosphere falls under the long wave radiation, which reflects back to the Earth's surface and the ocean, heating up the ocean, making life sustainable. Next. These are the gases that are part of the greenhouse gases will be carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur oxide, halofluorocarbon, and these each have different characteristics that follow through with them. As I could give you an example, in carbon dioxide we have one carbon and two oxygen, and they hold each other tightly, absorbing the heat that gets released back into the atmosphere, so it can warm up our atmosphere and keep the temperature regulated. Importance of greenhouse gases. Basically, the greenhouse gas acts as a blanket for our whole planet, keeping the harmful UAV rays away from us, and sustaining life by regulating the temperature. And without it, life wouldn't be possible. Nothing would exist. Everything will perish away. And the effects of greenhouse gases. There's always good and bad to everything. When it comes to greenhouse gases, the good is that without it, we can't survive. We need it to grow our plants, to do agriculture, to live, to breathe. Basically, anything we want to do, we need greenhouse gases, because without it, we won't live. But the negative side is the greenhouse gas that we release from the inside into the atmosphere, such as power plants, oil refineries. And these are all man-made gases that gets released into the atmosphere, causing the pollution and emission to be higher, which increases global warming. The example of greenhouse sources. Animals, like cows, release gases, methane, which is very toxic for the air. And human activities such as coal burning, fossil fuel burning, mining, mining materials that are organic materials that will never be that never regrow back into our system, and extracting oil. These are all negative effects that will cause global warming and greenhouses to increase, which could have harmful consequences in the future. The process of greenhouse gases. There's 6 steps that goes through. First, the solar radiation reaches Earth's atmosphere. While part of it stays, the rest gets released back to space. The remaining that remains in the atmosphere goes back into the land and the ocean, heating up the Earth's surface, making life sustainable. And step 3, the heat from the surface and the ocean gets released back into space. Part of that gas that gets released back into space gets trapped by greenhouse gases, which raises the Earth's temperature and heating up Earth. There are 2 other steps, step 5 and 6, go hand in hand because of human activities such as agriculture, oil refineries, factories, and these are negative gases that gets produced into the atmosphere, which could have very harmful effects. And as you can see on the next slide, I have a visual of how it works from the sun to the atmosphere, and from the atmosphere to the ocean and the land, and then back to the atmosphere, and over here the greenhouse gases trap the heat, which will keep the earth warm and make life sustainable. Why is greenhouses good? Greenhouse is good because without it we won't exist. That's like blink out zero. That's the main thing why it's good. It keeps the earth warm because without it, the earth's temperature will be 32 degrees below freezing. That means none of us would exist. Food won't grow, animals won't live, plants won't grow, water won't be drinkable, nothing could be drinkable. And what greenhouse gas does is regulate the temperature of the earth and to make life livable, and for everything to grow and survive. And why is it bad? Because without it, our ozone layer would deplete. There will be our frozen sections of the earth, like Antarctica, North Pole, and places like that will melt, releasing toxic gases that have been frozen for thousands and thousands of years into the atmosphere, causing more damage. There will be massive floods. Many lands will go underwater. For example, like Florida, Texas, these places will go underwater, and there will be a mass loss of animal, humans, and lives. How can we contribute to making greenhouse more positive? Well, it's kind of too late to like change what we already did. But what we could do is do the simplest things by recycling cans, recycling water bottles, changing your light bulb, driving smart. These are like simple steps you could do in your own time to make a difference. But it might sound simple, but it's very doable. Like planting trees is the main thing that could help us sustain and clean out the ecosystem. And that's the end of my presentation. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope it motivates you to change something in your life and make this planet a great place again. Thank you.